Mechanics lay in the trenches. So here's where we are right now. We've got the drive shaft unbolted. The PPG is moved over. We have the single bolt up in the front, so 2 bolts are taken out of the 3. These 2 bolts are gone, obviously. See a mess laying there. We've got the axles already pulled out. We only had to loosen the top hub up there on that one. This one just came right out, but I think for the 1.8 axles, we're probably gonna have to pull that one too. How lame is it when I record a whole entire segment and that I didn't hit record?
That's very lame.
Pretty bad.
That's lamer than your mom.
My mom is pretty lame. We got our poly bushings right there.
Get them in.
You spun my nut off. Ooh. The new drive shaft is in that box right there. So all we gotta do is get this out. We have the front 2 of 3, so we left the very front. You can see the 2 bolts right there of the PPG, so that allowed that to just move over a little bit. Get these last, I believe this is a 17 and these are 12s, so we'll get those loosened out, drop the diff down, and then put the new one up in place, new axles, and be on our way. Ooh, look at that sexy beast. But we can actually press those U-joints out, unlike stock one. Warranty void if removed, so we'll leave that there. Like maybe tape that on so it doesn't go nowhere. It's nice. All right, let's get that sucker in. We've got our new bushings pressed in there. Something I want to show everyone. You're gonna need to cut the little earlobe things off right here and make it to where it fits underneath the bottom of the cup. So that's this guy here. But other than that, we just need to do it. So that's what we're gonna do. There he goes, sailing away in his little Jeep mobile. All right, so we got this out. I had to take this off because I actually forgot that I left it in the other one. We've got it stuffed up in there. Something I thought was really funny is I actually have a Honda, where is it? Bam, there it is. I have a Honda muffler. Of all the things to have. So, all right, now it's just bolting everything up. I need to get the axles in, obviously. So I've got these bolts. I had to take that out of the other diff. Thankfully, it fit. Now I just need to get everything installed and ready to go. So I'm gonna get back at it. You can definitely see why they swapped to a different style axle. You figure that basically the same right there. Yeah, you can physically see it's bigger too. This one is just over 25 and this one is just over 22 millimeters. And even with a non-ABS, this is actually kind of neat. The non-ABS will actually go on, or an ABS will go on a non-ABS hub. You see it's there, and I'll show you that it runs just fine. This is the same axle that would be for all the way up to 2005, so it would be, I think, like a 95, because a 94, see, this is weird, so I need to go check and confirm it. I'll check it tomorrow and go to the junkyard in the morning. These came off the 91. The diff that we got came off a 94, which I'll check and see, like I said. But these axles are for a 95 to 01 or 05. And then even so, for a car with ABS, and our 91 most definitely did not have ABS. But everything mounts up just fine. You can see we got the 1.8 diff in there. We've got our Honda muffler, which is trippy. I don't know why we have a Honda muffler, but hey, I guess that's how we stay HTS in here. You know what I'm saying? That put in, and then I guess I'll put the rest of the poly bushings on. Then we'll put the wheels, or the hub adapters actually. We got 1-inch spacers. Fucking bugs. Alright, I'm gonna do my best to show you this with one hand. I highly recommend that you prep your hub. You take 14, ooh, that's bright. You take that 14 millimeter off. That's what it is on both sides. And then you loosen that one right there, which is a 17. Let your hub be able to move a bit, your knuckle there. Take your axle. So you want to hang it over on that side, right there. Try not to let too much tension be on your brake cable here. I'm actually supporting it with my leg. There we go. All right. So the axle is in place. That brings us back out to the knuckle. You can see we have that pulled down. We can just pick it up, point it downward. There it is. And it's a little stretch on the brake cable there, but there you go. If you want to set that in place, I recommend put the axle nut on. Okay, so make sure this is all lined up in its splines. Okay, put your axle nut on. Now, once that's in place, that's all it takes, that right there. Just slam it in real good. Go there and take a look. What we're trying to do is make sure that it's set in here, which it is. Put that back together, tighten that back up, and you're on your way. And it's definitely got snap ring in. That thing ain't going nowhere. Neither is that. Oh, that one is. Yep, see? That's why you always double check. That snap ring went in. That one just pulled right out. There it is. See? Always double check yourself. All right, and then we gotta go up there and put those other PPG bolts back in. Drive shaft is good. We need to cinch these down. We just need to go through and just torque everything down. Let me see. Our poly diff bushings are in. Coming together, boys. Coming together. And like I said, you see that hub? That don't matter. That ring is not in the way. It may add like, you know, a pound or two to the car. But I'm not concerned about it. Sorry about that bright light. Apparently we need to go in and fix some brakes. I'm gonna get it back together. And then pull these here. They're already loose. I can just take them off. We'll get them zipped out and press those out and get the new poly in. This is scalding hot because I've been hitting it with the map torch. This is actually the very last one I'll be doing because they're all done. But I just want to show you. So I take the nut, as you can see. I've got a socket that's bigger than the bushing, but the same size as the metal ring. I just got a socket here, or I mean a nut. Tighten it up. All right. Tighten the vise down. This is the easiest way that I know how to remove these. Okay. Oof, that was a bushing. All right, get some good heat. There we go. Get some good heat on it. Oh. It takes a few seconds. Map torches are good for that. Tighten it down the rest of the way. And there you go. You hear it press through. There it is. Screw I've been using. Just pull out the little nut. Set it aside. There it is. Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. We don't say macaroni and cheesy. There you go. That's how you get them all done.
Yeah, what's happening, everybody? So today is Sunday morning. I actually got quite a bit done yesterday on the Miata, which is pretty cool. So I'd say we're about halfway through most everything that's going on. You'll notice I got a box of wheel spacers right here. We've got another box right there. We've got more boxes in there. I got 20 millimeter. I didn't like them. Plus, I didn't want to have to cut studs. What's 5 more millimeters anyway? I know you guys just say, but your wheel bearings. I've got 2-inch spacers on body lifted Durango, and it drives on 33s, 13-inch wide. Well, I think 12.5. I've never had a wheel bearing problem ever. I mud with that thing. That's like the whole point of it, is take out, go play in the mud. If it breaks, it breaks. I've never had a break. It was $300. It was the cheapest vehicle that I have on the whole entire lot. Anyway, so we've got it on the back there, and I actually kind of like how it sticks out. Looks real good. We'll see how it performs. As much as I think a staggered Miata would be savage, because I think that does look kind of neat. We're not going to do that. That'll completely destroy the handling of the car. What's left? Sway bar bushings. I got those all pushed out. Hi, Lou. They need to get pushed in. Look how big he's getting. That's ridiculous. Look at this. The happiest dog in the world. All my other dogs have been pretty mean, but he's the happiest little dude ever. I don't know why everyone says pit bulls are mean, man. If he don't have a mean bone in his body, I've never even heard him growl unless it's, somebody walking down the road. He's big and tough behind the screen door. So we still have this mess. We need to clean all this crap up. We still have a lot of wiring that needs to be done. So check this out. These are power wires. You can see they got fuses, right? They were meant to go over to get power. You've got this trunk deal, and then you have this negative, right? Well, they go in, they come out the top right here, and then it's this here, and it goes like that, comes around in there, and then goes down to these freaking relays. That goes into the door, and then that goes into there, and up into that mess. And that's just so this could happen. And in the process, they cut all this junk
I didn't even know what was what. I finally found out this one here is the constant wire. And that's the blue and red one that's supposed to give us power to the ECU. I don't know where they cut it in here. And I'm assuming that's actually what this was originally supposed to go to. I bet if I pop that open, I'll find a 12-volt wire in there. Anyway, so right now I just have it going to the stereo harness. I'm probably actually going to cut that and use it for something completely different, or I'm not sure. I may leave it there, and I don't really know actually what I'm going to do with that yet, because I was going to use one of those source wires, cut one of these here. I need to get rid of those relays and crap. It has nothing to do with anything for me. It's just a big mess of wire now, because I'm not going to use this. That's dumb. I have a Miata. If you want to get in, you can just like slice the top and jump right in. Or if I don't have the convertible up, you literally just get in the car. It's like, what? I don't get what the point of that was. But from what I understand, let me get that light off. So from what I understand, one of the previous owners, there's supposed to be 4 of us in total. I'm the 5th owner, I think. 5th or 6th. Actually, I think I'm the 6th owner. Now that I think about it. There was the first guy, second guy, and then the third guy did a bunch of really stupid crap, stereo, put this stupid primer, metal flake, whatever, paint job, which, there's just random, the ink got a little pinched here, but there's Bondo there, big old chunk of it. Look at that. Anyway, he did a lot of really stupid stuff, put a big old stereo in it, and wired in all this junk. And then the next guy got it, and I guess he tried to upgrade the stereo, and did a terrible job. And he's the one who cut wires all over the place. And then sold it to another guy who got rid of it real quick to the dude I got it from. There was like a couple real quick just swaps from what I saw. Or so the story is, or I'm not even sure what's really true. You never know. When you buy a car like this, it's always kind of like up in the air of what kind of life it actually had. I could tell that it's happy to be in my presence now. This poor car. Transmission, we got filled and all that junk. I found out there's a rear main leak, which kind of sucks, so we need to wash our oil. We need to drain some of the water out and actually get some coolant in there, because we're heading into the cold season and it's going to be freaking cold this year. Super duper cold. I need to clean up our little stupid paint job experiment. That didn't go as well. The paint I used did not work as well as I'd hoped. After that, we just need to put the pipe down, it up. I'll probably put it in front of the radiator just because, well, as much as a super short pipe is awesome, I really don't want to suck up a whole bunch of dirty rainwater if it does start raining. I don't think it will. Other than that, we just get the tune settled out, which the dude from Speedy said he was driving around for, half hour, 45 minutes on this ECU, and he tested it because I had to send it back. Now, I want to give a huge shout out to Speedy EFI. My car has been a huge pain in the ass. That wire that I was telling you about getting cut is actually what kept us from running the ECU for so long. So yesterday when I said there was this issue, I would explain that happened. So basically, the long story short is, when you cut that constant wire, the ECU memory for the stock ECU actually was getting no power. So it wasn't able to remember. Every time it turned on, it was just running off of a base map and really wasn't doing any type of adjustments. We were going, I was getting like 11, 15 miles per gallon, something like that. It was super duper rich. It was just dumping fuel for days with no power. When I pulled plugs, you can see that they were rich. And so I knew something was wrong then. And I knew I was going to go to a standalone anyway. I wanted to, get a variable TPS. I wanted to delete the MAF because I'm just not a big fan of bottlenecks. That's all that is, in my opinion. It's just a bottleneck. I knew I was going to be relocating stuff, upgrading this, doing that, doing this. It's me. Any vehicle I get is going to get modified. I get bored really easily. So that's where we're at. Yeah, I'm going to get on it. Hope you all have a great weekend. Like I said, this is Sunday. So I'm actually going to upload something the same day. So hope you all had a good weekend, and peace.